Hello, this is Carter Hanson presenting project number 2, which is tank level on a factory I/O scene. As you can see, this is my first station, which is just a water level that uses PID controls to keep the tank level at a certain spot. And then if you go over here, this is station 2, which is a CNC machine, which just works as like checking the water. And then station 3, which is just a conveyor line sending the boxes into stackable boxes, which then sends them out to the truck. And if you're to go over here, hit play, nothing works until you hit start on your HMI. So as soon as you hit start, water level will go up to, let me change the set point, water level will go up to the set point depending on what you have it at. I have a set point at 141 centimeters right now. So as you watch, the tank will fill up all the way to roughly 141. It gets about a centimeter below or a centimeter above, and then it levels out because a centimeter is very hard to track it down perfectly. And there you go. It's at here's 141 centimeter set point, and then here's the actual value, 141, and it'll stay there as long as you have, the enable started and everything sitting like this. And then if you go over to station 2, this won't start until you go to your robot and then hit start on the HMI. And as that's working, that just takes these water blocks, puts them inside, and it actually engraves a deal on top of it. But in my case, this is either as like a packaging where it puts a label on there, or it just checks to see what is going on, and then it'll grab it, bring it over here, and it'll drop it onto the conveyor line. As soon as the block passes this sensor, the robot will go and grab another one. A block moves right here, and the water blocks get put into the boxes, and the process just repeats as long as you don't have a stop button pressed. And as soon as this goes through, I'll show you what it does after. Robot grabs the water block, places it over here, and it'll start going down the conveyor line. As soon as the water passes that sensor, robot starts again, and the boxes go down the conveyor to bring to the truck or whatever, as it's getting placed right there. But if you are to hit stop, the robot stops exactly where it's at. You can change whatever you need to change or whatnot, and it'll stay like that until you hit start. But then if you were to navigate to the main, which is the start-stop for the tank level over here, if you're to hit stop on the enable there, the robot will finish its current project it's on, drop the water block over here, but then as soon as the water passes this sensor, nothing will happen because you have the system enable all done. So the water will just go into its block and stay like that. This is the HMI that goes along with the project. As you can see, this is the home screen. Can't navigate anywhere without being logged into a user. And first we'll start out with the lowest level, which is just janitor, and then password, login. From here you can only navigate to trends, which just shows tank levels. Obviously it's not going to show much right now because nothing's moving. And then the next level of deals is operator, login. From here you can also see the trends, but then you can also go to main and you can start stop the tank level. And then if you go back to home, you can also go to the robot and start stop the robot. and you're able to navigate between just the robot and here directly. But then if you go back again, and this is the highest level, supervisor obviously, you can navigate to all screens, which just adds an alarms page. So starting on main, you can have your set point here, and your set point changes here, depending on where you want it. And then your discharge valve, you can also change how open or closed you want that. Then you can change your PID control here, your potential, your integral, and your derivative. You just click on it, type in whatever you want, and then you can do that on all three of them. Then here's your machine enable start stop, which is also the tank level start stop. And then as you see here, if you were to hit stop, then systems not enabled alarm will pop up. And then navigating to robot, your machine enable, that has to be on for you to hit start. And then this just shows if the robot were to be on, that is busy, the machine door's open, and the robot has no errors. And then if you were to hit stop, robot has been stopped, close that, then you can start it again. Here's trends, just shows where the water levels have been. If you go to home and you move the set point up and go back to trends, you can see on here, there's your set point goes up, here's your water level climbing up. And lastly, alarms, shows the alarms. Robot has been stopped, system not enabled. You can acknowledge it, go down, acknowledge, go down, acknowledge, and then here you can just clear all alarms and start fresh. And yeah, this is the simple program that goes with the tank level and the CNC and conveyor line. Just starting with a simple start stop, which has a machine enable. And then this is just a timer that tells the PID when to work and when not to work. And as you can see, it only works whenever the machine enable is on. When machine enable is not on, it just moves a 0 into the float value, which is the fill valve on the tank level, so no water is getting put in. And then this is just simple moving numbers into displays on the screen. Along with all these, just a little conversion to put numbers exactly where you need it. And then my other subroutine, just jump to robot, which is over here. And then got to be enabled for the system enable to work. And then this just tells the CNC robot when to start, whether you hit the actual button or you hit the robot start on the HMI. And then down here, this just tells the conveyor when to bring a new box in whenever that sensor I was talking about hits or this is done. And then same deal here. And then when you hit the robot stop, the robot stops.